Okay, how to draw a face. Now, face is one of the most important elements that you need to master if you want to grow in this industry. So, the simple way to approach making a face is to first draw a circle and then figure out the orientation. You see that this mark that I'm doing right now? That's to figure out which way to left to right or from top to bottom the character is going to look towards. So this little X mark on the surface is going to help us figure out which way the character is looking, because it's very important for us to make a note on the orientation of the head before we start drawing it. So if he's looking towards camera right, or if he's looking towards camera left, whichever direction the character is looking at, it is very important that we figure that out first. So let's say he's looking at camera left. That's a general plan. And in the orientation of top to bottom, like how much further down or how much further up he's going to look at, that also needs to be adjusted, because that's the way, that is going to be the mental note of how we're going to draw the face in terms of the facial components, the nose, the eyes, the chin, which direction do we draw all the elements. So this is like a mental note. So we draw a circle, and then we try to figure out the orientation. So okay, he's looking at camera left and towards somewhere in the middle. So a general standard pose. So that's my mental note, and that's literally my note. Right, so I'm going to try to start with the nose. It doesn't matter if you start with the eyes or the lip. It doesn't matter where you start from. What matters is that you start and stop procrastinating. So let me just try to, just scribble out the eyes, the chin, the cheekbones. Just roughly just find a basic shape so that we have like a base to start with. Doesn't need to be accurate, just need to be something in order for you to understand where you're at. It's important that you keep moving. So I'm just going to try to lay out the shoulders. Maybe he's a little muscular, and he's wearing a t-shirt. So if he's muscular, his details on the neck would appear. Alright, so I'm going to try to orient his eyebrows according to how it would sit on his skull. And then try to figure out how the lips would be, because he's looking to camera left. So obviously it's not going to be at the center. It's going to be a little bit to the left. And the eyes, always, if the eyes, it cannot be like an oval eye. Remember, when you're drawing the eyes, the skin is sitting on the eyeball. That's why we have a fold on the upper half, and then the lower half of the eye is kind of has the other skin. So quickly, I'm just gonna jot out some of the cheekbones. I'm gonna try to figure out the nose a little bit in another way, because now that I've drawn, I feel like it needs to be aligned a little bit. So again, remember that it doesn't matter where you start from, it doesn't matter how good it's happening at that time, but what matters is that you keep drawing and figure things out as you progress. So right now I'm making a fix on the nose, because this is the part of the creative process. You start, you improvise. I'm just going to try to jot out some of the selling features of the face. So maybe he's an aged man, but he could be a little still, trying to fit in the generation kind of guy. That's why he's a little, he could be a little stylish. So putting another element of another level of his philosophy into the design. So he could have, let's say, like a modern 2020 hairstyle where you basically just have a mushroom on the head and nothing on the sides. That's pretty much what's going on these days. So let's try to do that. I'm just gonna roughly jot in the shape. So he obviously, if he has long hair to do that, the hair would be going upwards, and so will this brush strokes. So I'm just using a normal simple brush, and that's pretty much it. So I feel like that the lips, I think it could move a little to the right, depending on, like, if you take the center of the nose. So I thought it would feel like it could move to a little bit to the right. And I'm thinking and drawing faster than I could think, so I'm just trying to figure things out along the way. So I've done these shoulders. I'm trying to give the lines to the volume of the shoulders, and I'm trying to get these lip shapes. Then a little bit of details on the ears, and we want to draw a little symmetry of the other ear, just a little bit, not too much. That just a sign that it exists. And if he's an older guy, he would definitely have some wrinkles on his forehead, I'm thinking. So I would have I'm just putting the hair on another layer, because just in case if I want to change the hairstyle, I could just switch off the layer, and I don't have to keep messing the all over drawings. That's why I want to keep that on a different layer. So I'm going to quickly try to finish the line art. For that, I'm just going to use a solid brush with the maximum pressure, so that we have thicks and thins variation, which looks pretty nice and neat. So I'm just gonna try to quickly contour my concept out to the stage, what we call as the clean line art stage. So some terminology for beginners is that when this stage is called the clean line art stage, because you're basically cleaning up your concept. So this is going to be the final lines that the audience is going to see whenever the product is ready. The stage where I was just roughly going through it's called as the rough line art stage, or a concept stage, where you're basically figuring things out, where you're doing trials and errors. So this was a pretty simple exercise, and that's why it was pretty fast and simple, just a simple face. But as things progress, and when clients have different specifications, so let's say the guy has a scar, or he's wearing masks. So let's say James Cameron wants Terminator to be designed, so half the face is a robot and half the face is a human. So that's when the complexity arises, because you'll have to match according to what the director or your client says. That's where the challenge really begins. It's fun, but it's challenging. So I'm just right now drawing a simple face and cleaning the concept out without having to procrastinate too much. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call. I can take that later. Anyways, so I'm pretty much, the hair pretty much is okay. We'll edit things while coloring or doing other modifications. For now, I'm just going to try to get these details right. If he's a little aged man, he would have some wrinkles on his forehead. I'm trying to shape his nose. Nose is one of the critical areas for any faces. If it's too fat, it's going to look bad. If it's too thin, it's going to look unreal. So drawing the face at an even level is very important for facial, for it to be a valid facial feature. The next thing is the eyes. You want to be extra careful with the eyes, because in reality also when you're looking at another person, when you're talking to them, when you're interacting with them, it is always the eyes that people watch at first and pay attention to. When someone is really interested and really listening to you, they're obviously really looking at your eyes. So eyes are one of the most crucial element in in this industry. So you have to be very careful. Put a little extra effort in the eyes, the symmetry of the eyes. Sometimes even when I'm still not careful, sometimes my symmetry also goes off. So put some efforts on the eyes. It's very important. Now I'm gonna try to jot down the lips. Lips are not that hard, and especially this is easy because I don't have a client information. I'm just drawing whatever I think is right, and that's right. So I'm gonna try to improvise the neck with a little bit, just a little bit, because if he has so many cuts and so many deep facial features, he would definitely be working out a lot. So one of the other things while designing is that you relate one design to the other. So if he has such sharp facial features, that means he's burning a lot of fat, and if he's burning a lot of fat, that means he works out intensely. So the physique of the face has to match the physique of the body, so it looks believable. So I'm gonna try to make these volume lines a little bit thicker and rounder so that it feels like it's his muscles I'm not drawing the t-shirt, I'm drawing the t-shirt covering his body. So the thinking pattern is the difference here. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with what I'm looking at for a quick drawing. I'm just gonna put some dots so that it looks like, you get those dots when the early hair growth comes in. So just a little significance of showing that, okay, there's a little texture over there. So yeah, I think this is pretty good to go, and thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to post more videos, so please subscribe, help our channel grow, and hope to see you again next time, and hope to help you learn how to draw better. Thank you for watching. See you next time.